Culture is power, history is knowledge, Chicano ideas. Let's always leave your thoughts and comments. Let's talk about Aslan, reparations. When I made that video about reparations, right? Like it got me thinking like, okay, cuz Chicanos, Chicanos or Mexicans never really brought up reparations in the sense of the way the black community does, as in maybe what money paid back. But is it that some groups, I don't know if they want land, like we always claim for land and recognition of reparations of land over the feria, over the change. But Aslan is what Chicanos fought for, of what the idea of reparations is would be getting land back. Because if you get reparations, like if you get reparations and money, what are you gonna do? Continue to live in the system and the nation that controls you, that puts you under that colonialism, and so they give you reparations, but yet you're still in the system. You're still voting for the presidents. They still got the rule over you. So it would be better, Mexicans, Chicanos, Mexican Americans want reparations, but land, not just money. Because as people of this continent, having identity and a cultural heritage, anybody of whether if we're mestizo, mixed, or full-blooded, we have the right to go against this system, whether if they live in Canada, United States, Mexico, South America. We have the right to go against the system that put us under the social conditioning of European American ideology of this colonialism sent amongst, the Spaniards, the British, Portuguese, the French. At any time, we can rebel and awake as a people and ask for reparations of land back, not in the way the black community does it, like, what is their reparations and money, or do they want their reparations because they were supposed to get, a mule and 40 acres of land granted by the United States. But who do we ask for reparations for? People say, ask Spain. They're the ones who put you under the colonialism. But of course, to me, I say all Europeans owe us. Like I said, we could fight from Canada down to South America. And yes, you could see, like, if when you think about you know when you see my test yesterday, right? If you paid attention to my ancestry DNA test that I reshared, it had everything was from the west coast of Mexico, exactly this green part right here where it says Chicanos we never left. So unfortunately, it kind of sucked that I have nothing a part of the East Coast, no East Coast ties, no Canadian ties of tribes that are from Canada. Like they boxed us in the west coast of Mexico, where it's like, well, see, you're not have no ties to what the United States have conquered in order to ask anything. But it's like, we're overall people of this continent and have an identity and bloodline, so we could always reawake and ask for reparations because of land back, reparations of recognition. And ever since the 70s, we lost that mentality of being organized when it comes to being a people fighting for what is who we are, and recognition, and showing people of, hey, we want, and we have an identity, and we have a situation of, we are the grandchildren of the people who were colonized and conquered, and we're awake now. We're awakening, and we want reparations, but we want land. But of course, who knows? That's just imaginary, and it's just a talk. It's just an idea, but it's something that people, Chicanos, Mexicans since been fighting for this land. I mean, you think about the next video I gotta do. Like, think about the Maya. The Mayas didn't get conquered until truly get conquered until what? Uh, the 18th century. It's like, wow, the Mayans, I mean, even the Aztecs fell, and the Mayans kept giving the Spaniards a good run for their money. And so when you think about that, like, wow, they fell in 18 something. It's like, man, even they were still fighting even when in 1777, when the United States became free from British, or Anglo Americans became free from their British counterparts, and the Maya was still in revolt. It's like, you just think about the history we have here, but other than that, Chicanos, it's just what you think about that, what you think about reparations of land back, and how Chicanos always knew who we were. Mexicans always continue to fight for this land back. I shared a clip of a video before, and it was like, you see old videos, you see old movies, you see when I see movies and Mexicans talk, and it's like, I was watching this movie, and I watched handful of movies before, and the president of Mexico, it's like, the way they just say, like, hey, this is who we are as a people, and the gringos came and conquered, and then this, it's like, we realize who we are as people of this continent. And so, we always have a right to be recognized, and reparations of recognition. So, Chicanos, Mexicans don't want reparations of money and just to continue to live in the same system. We want reparations and recognition of our land back and identity and culture. That would be our reparations. Other than that, leave your thoughts and comments. Always give a like. Culture is power, history is knowledge. Chicano ideas. Hit me up.